What's going on? This Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. And man, mm-mm-mm. My people. Man, I be hearing some of the craziest stuff, you know what I'm saying? But one thing is for sure. I guess when content get a little crazy and you don't know what to do, I could almost set my clock on a time when it's time for Charlo hate. And I don't really get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I watch a lot of boxing all through the day. I work as a pretty much as a technician, so I have a lot of time to myself. I could put my earbud in, I could be fixing and troubleshooting and doing whatever. So I get to listen to boxing all day. Then I got certain channels that I set my watch to, and certain channels that I listen to, and a lot of people that I really mess with. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with everything they say, but I rock with a lot of different channels, and I can almost set my clock to when it's time for some Charlo hate. And I had to address this because this is I started seeing the pattern. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a certain community that rides a wave for a favorite fighter, and they diminish the stock of all these other fighters because of their self-proclaimed king. Everything has to measure up to their self-proclaimed king. And I'm like, take the goddamn knee pads off. Wipe the lip gloss off. And why are we always talking about these fighters and their personal lives? I mean, it's time to turn into like a soap opera, you know what I'm saying, listening to y'all. And y'all contradict yourselves all the time. It don't make any sense at all. So I'm looking at videos and I'm looking at people just repost or whatever. And I'm like, man, hold on. For y'all to be on code and for y'all to have all these rules, y'all do a lot of dry snitching. We got people from their state hating. We got people from their city hating. We got people that make content and get paid and get monetized. It's just hate. You know what I'm saying? And I recall when Jamel Charlo was going for Undisputed, and because he said it was, he said something about Wilder and how it wasn't about race and why he lost after the second fight. I remember everybody in this certain community calling for him to be boycotted. So in one breath, it's all about belts. But when this man has the biggest fight of his daggone life, all the hard work, all the times, all entertainment, all the good boxing skills and entertainment that he's granted us, y'all chose the time to actually turn your back on him. Then when his brother fought on Juneteenth, y'all turned his back on him because of what his brother said. And here we go right back around to where I guess all of the CANELO, after all this ginger Kool-Aid's been sipped and all this knee pad wearing out. I think I got some new knee pads coming out for y'all, man, as far as that goes. I got some product, man. Yeah, I got some new merch. It's gonna be some knee pads and some lip gloss. You know what I'm saying? I got that coming soon, so just hold what you got. But it's like I set my watch to Charlo hate, you know what I'm saying? And it disgusts me because these brothers, you know what I'm saying, they got feelings and emotions, and they people, and they just normal people, you know what I'm saying? But we grew to love them for what they do inside the ring. But y'all do a lot of dry snitching. And y'all want to say y'all on code, but that's why I don't really fuck with none of y'all. I really don't. I be wanting to support and all. I just stop doing all that. I watch your videos, I comment, whatever, but you don't like when nobody disagree. You want to overtalk everybody. You want to curse everybody out. Y'all want to be disrespectful. And I've heard I've heard on all these channels, I've heard y'all say more disrespectful things than I've ever heard Charlos ever say. Regardless of what kind of threats. That shit don't involve us. It has nothing to do with us. Nothing. But y'all want to say it's all about belts and, it's all about legacy, and these brothers been chasing legacy. I mean, you had Mel going for Undisputed. You had Ginger, who actually ducked Maul Charlo, and now y'all reduced him below David Benavidez, and y'all took David Benavidez like the red-haired little stepchild, you know, into the community, when all I see is a fighter that's undisciplined. And like Charlos said, he is high risk, low reward. All he is a tough fight. Because when I look at them two, I see and I hear. I look at David Benavidez's resume, who has been blown up. Yes, he did a lot of things when he was early. You know what I'm saying? I like the way his brother fight. I actually used to like David Benavidez, but it wasn't until the community actually started making me look into his background. I started looking at his resume, and I'm like, who was he to be talking about Caleb Plant his resume? Who was he to be talking about Jamal Charlo and his resume? Who was he? And Jamal Charlo supposed to be ducking. Y'all need to stop it. I saw a fighter that lost his belt on the scales. I saw a fighter who lost his belt to cocaine or recreational drug use. One of the content creators wouldn't even say what he did. I'm like, he wasn't smoking weed, brother. He was snorting cocaine. Then I saw another fighter who everybody mocked Jamal Charlo when he said, "Oh yeah, we want you to get the COVID test," and you know, it was, "Oh man, he wanted me to get a COVID test, and what, I gotta write a letter," and he was making all these jokes. And guess who got a fight delayed because he had got caught with COVID? But I guess y'all roast fighters like Teofimo Lopez for going for legacy but not fighting Devin. But then y'all turn right around and praise Canelo, who ducked Charlo by getting the same franchise belt, who also ducked David Benavidez and waited until his strap got lost. That time when he did whatever he did to lose his belt. And then he fought the guy who actually got the belt after Benavidez lost. So you gotta make up your minds, cause y'all put more pressure. Check this out. Y'all put more pressure on Jamal Charlo to move up to fight David Benavidez for nothing when he been waiting on the Canelo sweepstakes forever. So y'all want him to stop pursuing Canelo because he believe he really have a shot, like I do. I heard somebody say today that Jamal Charlo will get ran through by Canelo. I'm like, man, y'all, how is that ginger Kool-Aid? That shit must be bomb. But y'all make no sense because y'all put more pressure on him to go up and fight David Benavidez instead of Canelo. But then y'all put more pressure on Tio to fight Devin instead of putting pressure on Devin to fight Loma. And Tio wants to go fight Josh Taylor. The man, make that make sense. Y'all spend more time making videos hating on Tio when he went out and got the belts. He beat the man who was the man. Just to praise it make sense. So is it all belts matter or not? Then I go back to this Charlo hate. It's like y'all need to stop that. Like, we are our own worst enemy. And I heard another guy, and I rock his show. He had a lot of people coming on, and he do a lot of interviews, and he does a lot of things, you know, out there on the West Coast. But I heard him, and he basically said, "Oh man, I'm gonna root for Benavidez when they do fight." I'm like, sellouts, man. Y'all need to pick a standard and stick to it, man, because y'all always moving the goalposts, man. And if I was the Charlos, man, I see why they don't give a fuck about what y'all think. I see why they don't give y'all no interviews. You know what I'm saying? I don't know them personally. I don't even want to know their personal lives. I know that it's probably pretty hard being twins with all the adversity you have to face, especially starting off in the same weight class, going through all the adversity they go through, man, just to get shitted on by their own people. And y'all praise Canelo. His people don't even want to acknowledge that he actually was a drug cheat. And here y'all go with your knee pads on for David Benavidez, with your knee pads on for Canelo Alvarez. And then you want to turn your back on your own people and make all these videos. I start setting my watch to y'all, and I see that it's all content driven, and you might not fuck with some of these fighters, but it is sure funny that as soon as y'all run out of content, y'all go right back to either hating on Tank, hating on Charlo, hating on Tio, and then big up in a motherfucker that got knocked out twice that can do no wrong. Make that make sense. Body work.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
I do what I do. He knows what I'm about to tell him right now. It's Mr. Keep running your mouth. That's what I do.
I just feel like I'm the champ, and at the end of the day, I'm just a fighting motherfucker. It doesn't matter. Inside, outside, I can just fight. So I just feel like if it gets down to the wire, we gotta lock it up, I'm out on top.
As you can see how I'm looking, I stay solid. I'm always solid. I stay fucked solid up, man. You know what I'm saying? To the fans that know.
That job outside the ring. I'm a fighter. Like I said before, ain't no safety on the clock, so